Today we're gonna be covering footwork and how to warm up. Hey, I'm Val. I've been playing tennis for over 15 years, recently graduated playing D1 tennis, and today we're gonna be covering footwork, especially with the ladder and without the ladder. The reason why footwork is so important is because you have to start from the bottom down. When you're learning how to play tennis, you gotta start from your feet all the way up to your legs, to your hips, up to your torso, your shoulder, and to your head, right? You start with the feet because it doesn't matter how beautiful you hit. You can have the most gorgeous topspin, the most beautiful backhand, but if you're not in the right place, it doesn't really matter. And if you're in the right place but not like kind of balanced in the right position to be able to optimize your shot, it doesn't really matter either. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the ladder. We always call this guy Larry the ladder. My college coach was incredible. Every practice we had, we always started the same way, the same routine, consistent for over years, right? Run around the track 200 meters, we'd come back to a dynamic warm-up, and then we get started for 10-15 minutes of footwork, and then we get started with actual live playing with the racket and the ball and all that good stuff. So the thing about footwork is a lot of people want to do it fast. They want fast feet, they want squeaky sneakers, right? But if you're not doing it precisely and right, how can you do it with speed? You have to make sure you're doing it right, slow the first time, and once you're doing it right, then you can go ahead and just like keep ramping up the speed. But especially when teaching juniors, they want to do it fast, they're like stepping all over the ladder, they're like just looking real fast, but not efficient. We're gonna go from simplest to more complex. The very first one is just single hop. One, land in the middle of the square, and then go faster, right? Just a single hop. The next one is 2 forward, 1 back. So forward, forward, back, forward, forward, back, forward, forward, back. And as you can see, I'm just gonna keep moving forward, slowly, again, landing in the center of the box, keep this body control, and don't hit the sides. The other super basic ones are just like 1 step inside of the box at a time. So 1 step is just running through the ladder, right? This one always feels kind of silly. We're gonna do the same thing, but instead of 1 foot inside the square, we're gonna have 2 feet inside the square. This, right? Another one we had is just 1 foot inside and external foot stays outside. So this would look like if I'm having my left foot, just my left foot in, my left foot out. Forward, left foot out, left foot in. Forward, left foot out, left foot in, right? So it looks like this. Right? Then you come back around and you do the other side. So now your right foot's there. Right foot in, out, right foot in, out, right foot in. Then you keep doing this all the way down. You can see the squeaky sneakers in action now, but just facing the ladder. So it's scissors. If I'm going to the right, my right foot will start, and then I'll replace my right foot inside the middle of the square with my left foot. And you can see my right foot's out. Same thing's gonna happen again. My left foot's gonna come out and my right foot's gonna come in. Bam, right? And it's gonna turn into a little dance. Bam, bam. And then you wanna eventually start moving your hands and hips. We'll get engaged instead of just like, you know what I mean? You're gonna get engaged and use your whole body. And again, that was me going to the right, so I had to come back around and do the other side. There's infinite variations with the ladder. I could probably stand here all day and keep coming up with some that introduce the racket, some that introduce the ball. But just to keep it real simple, for some reason kids stumble with this one a lot, and once you get it, you cannot forget it. It's like riding a bike, but to start, if you have the ladder on your left side, you're gonna start with your left foot forward inside the square in the middle. And as you take this foot out, you're gonna replace it with the right foot again in the center of the square. So it'll look like this. But the funny part is you're gonna have to keep moving forward. How do you move forward when you're doing like a ski action like this, right? Well, the best cue that I figured out that helps students is once you do that first phase that I just said, left foot in, left foot out, you see how my right foot's in the air? This is the sign that you're gonna have to move it forward. Right foot in, right foot out, left foot in the air. Now there's the sign that the left one's gonna go in. Left foot in, left foot out, right foot, you see? And you do this slowly, and you can see how you're like shifting body positions like this. And once you figure it out, you can go a little bit faster, right? And this is what a little bit faster looks like. Right? And those are the super simple ladder drills. I'm gonna make another video breaking down more, but that was the basics. The more you play and the more you practice with better players, the more you'll see how many ways you can use the court to practice. So we're gonna be using the alley lines. We use this one most throughout the whole practice. So like, let's say we just finished up a rallying drill, or we were getting water. Before that, we had to stop and do this. You start right here, you're gonna start right over the line, it cutting you in half. And it's gonna be 2 feet inside the alley. It will look like this. And you have to touch the lines. 1, 2, bam. 1, 2, bam. 1, 2, all the way down, reach down. This practices that double step, that footwork, that slight movement to be more precise. You do this for time, or my coach would just count to 12. He'd pick one of our teammates and he'd count hers. So it looks something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we go get water. And we're gonna try one more with the cone. I need to go get more cones. I'm finally back on the court and I can only find this one. So we're gonna do drills that only involve one cone. And I'm gonna set it right here. Feel free to put the cone in a further distance if you wanna make it a little bit harder, practice more. But let's say I'm running towards the cone. This is my right side. I'm running towards the cone. I have to drop down and pretend I'm hitting a low volley forehand and touch that cone. Back up, go around. Left side backhand volley. Come back. Sometimes there's a cone here. That's why you go around it. But I only have the one cone, so that's what it looks like. Bam, back up, go around, bam, back up, go around. And as you can see, you can do that for time, or again, just counting how many times you go down and touch it. The last one I'm gonna do, just to keep it simple, is using a square on the court. What does that even mean? So, you see this area behind the service line? This is the service line. This is like the T or whatever, right? You see where I'm like tracing the square all the way to the baseline, to the first alley. You see the square? This is another way to practice. You're moving around this area so much. There's a great practice right here. And you can do it clockwise, counterclockwise, and the more advanced you get, you can even do a lot of more drills inside the square. But to keep it simple, we're just gonna run the square. But let's say I'm gonna start going counterclockwise. I'd shuffle, 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 sprint forward, shuffle the other way, shuffle, 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 back pedal. And you do this for, again, time, or how many laps you wanna do. That was 2. So you can do the other side now. Sprint forward, shuffle the other side, back pedal, back pedal, back pedal, shuffle, shuffle, and you get the point. That is a square. So I myself am getting back into tennis, so it was really fun to try and show you some snippets, some small parts of how we executed our D1 tennis practice. Again, this is like the most surface level summary out there. You have the ladder, literally the ladder. I showed you 5 super simple things to do. You have Mr. Cone. You can do so many different things with Mr. Cone. And you also have Dr. Square. You can do a lot of really cool things with Dr. Square. And if you guys like this, awesome. I'm gonna be sure to release some more because it helps me learn now that I'm getting back into the court and practicing with y'all. If you have any suggestions for things you wanna see, let me know and I'd be more than happy to make a video about it. It's super hot out. I'm gonna get a drink of water and I'm gonna keep practicing. I hope to see you guys here next time. Bye.